Hi friends, welcome to the Mastermind Moments podcast.
Hosted by your pals, Josh and Sasha.
Join us during our weekly mastermind as we collaborate on how to make the most out of our lives.
Not only are we going to mastermind our careers, we're going to work on all areas of life together.
Let's do it. Listen in as we make the most of our mastermind moments.
Hello.
Good evening, my friend.
Oh my God, it's so good to see you. How are you doing?
I know, I'm good. I feel like our conversation over the last few weeks has been like broken voice messages, broken texts, and I finally get to see your beautiful face. And we get to record.
Oh, finally. It's been such a long time. And for everyone listening, thanks for being patient with us. We've just had so many scheduling challenges. So we're finally here. We're back and we are getting it sorted. Oh my God, it's so good to see you. We have so much to catch up on, so much to chat about. And I will say one benefit to not being able to record is that we kind of were able to go back to the roots of our friendship a little bit, which felt really nice.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, we were suddenly sending longer voice messages with longer updates, and yeah, it's been nice in that aspect. Although I will say not enough of that either. That started last week, but then we haven't recorded for a few weeks. So listen, life has been busy. Life has been getting in the way big time.
Yeah, 100%. It's just been so insanely busy for both of us. I'm really excited to dive in deep and to really get into it. But before we do, let's spin the wheel. Okay. How do you make time for fun when life is busy?
You have chosen this on purpose.
Okay, I was between two and I did pick that one. Okay, I'm sorry.
I knew it. I saw you saw that one and you chuckled and I was like, oh, here we go.
Yeah, for real. I was between that one and what's your favorite way to have fun? But I'm like, this feels more relevant.
Do you know what? I feel like my answers to this are not going to be particularly healthy. The first thing that springs to mind for me is getting less sleep so that I have more time to do things like this. Last night, we were meant to record yesterday and work got in the way again for the 27,000th time in the last few weeks. And I suggested to you that we record at 11 p.m. my time, which didn't work for you because you were spending quality time with your family, which I completely understand, and I wish I could do the same right now. But yeah, so for me, what that would have meant is staying up much later than I should have, probably an hour later, an hour past my bedtime, in order to make that work. But I was prepared to do it. We spoke about this last week. In order to make time for this, to record, to have fun, does that look like waking up an hour earlier or going to bed an hour later? And that's what I was trying to practice yesterday. Today, we've made it happen. So I don't know if I have a particularly healthy answer because you know how my last few weeks have been. So I'm curious to get your input on that question, just because, yeah, I have not made time for the right things, except for things that I've had scheduled way in advance. Like Wimbledon, for example, I did that because I had that scheduled way in advance. And I've been planning on doing that for months and months. And so that was there in my diary. And I was like, that's a non-negotiable for me, right? Maybe it looks like making more things non-negotiables.
Yeah, maybe it's like a difference of prioritizing what's a non-negotiable and what's a negotiable. My answer to this question is honestly the same. It's what has been already prioritized on the schedule. And I will say that I am the queen of being able to throw in more things than I should and spreading myself a little too thin in that way. So honestly, I'm still trying to learn the balance too. But what I've done is also the unhealthy thing, which is just sleep less. I was in Paris for 3 weeks and I just kept cramming in more. And I was like, okay, let's just sacrifice sleep. Let's just sacrifice the other things. And it's okay. What is the non-negotiables? I knew that the non-negotiables were getting my work done, or at least getting my work done for my 9 to 5. And recording this crazy project that I did while I was there. And those are the priorities, and everything else just kind of fit in between. But honestly, it's something that I'm feeling challenged with right now, where it's like, what do I say no to? What do I say yes to? What's okay to push to the next day? What's okay to push to the next week? What has to get done right now? And if it doesn't have to get done right now, can it be pushed? And then other than that, just fitting in the fun where you can. Then it's, for me, I think it's also something I need to work on myself is figuring out what fun things I need to say no to. What can I say no to? Right now it's a little different because I'm spending quality time with my family. So it's whatever we're doing, I'm just saying yes because I'm just here to hang out with my family, whatever we're doing. But if it's just a regular time, or are there things I should be prioritizing over the fun in this season of life? And right now, no. In some cases, no. I'm like being so present with my loved ones that it's like being present with my loved ones and having that is the priority until I get back to LA and I start doing my thing. And then at that point, I think it'll be more of a conversation of, okay, I'm in the season of life where I'm just hustle, grind, getting to it. And then having to say no to the fun things, or maybe switching out the fun things for social things that are like healthier. Instead of just going out for drinks, maybe we're going out for a walk, maybe we're going out for a surf, maybe we're going out for beach tennis, maybe we're going out and doing something that ticks off another box too. Maybe we're going and co-working or exercising together. Like, how can we incorporate these things two together? But honestly, this is still something I'm really challenged with, and I think something that you and I both have been really challenged with in general in this last, I don't know, handful of months or month or so. But yeah, I don't really have a great answer for it either, because the answer is I'm still figuring it out and I still don't have the perfect balance.
No, yeah, well, that makes two of us, and I think it's showing for me. It's definitely showing up in so many areas of my life. We spoke about this briefly over voice message, showing up in my relationship, which is the last place you want it to show up in, especially in a long distance relationship.
Yeah.
It's showing up in, if I look at my habit tracker over the last few weeks, I wish I could show you my habit tracker so you can understand that I have not been focusing on the things that really matter. I've been so mentally, physically drained by my day job that I haven't had time for anything outside of that. Everything else has gone by the wayside. Exercise, the serious things, and also having fun. I've barely seen my friends. I haven't really seen my friends over the last few weeks. And I think it does look like prioritizing differently, making scheduled time for fun, and actually making sure that I stick to that time. We've scheduled this recording, this specific, what episode is this?
I think 85 or something.
Okay, so we've scheduled the recording of episode 85 dozens of times, it feels like at this point, right?
Yeah.
And every single time it's fallen through because we've had it scheduled. I've had that hour blocked out, and then on the day or a couple of hours before, work suddenly takes priority. And in that moment, I feel like it has to. But Savita actually said this to me the other day. I haven't been taking lunch recently, right? I haven't taken a lunch break since I can really remember. I pop out to grab a bite to eat, and then I sit at my desk eating it. And she said, why are you doing that? The work can wait. The work, if it needs to, it can wait until tomorrow.
Yeah.
Take 20, 30 minutes to sit down and eat your lunch and watch a YouTube video. Relax your brain, or just do nothing. Listen to a meditation. Do nothing.
Yeah.
Don't feel pressured to work while you're eating. That's so ridiculous. And it's the same concept for the podcast, for scheduling fun. Why am I letting work seep into that? No, that work can wait until tomorrow. I need to schedule this fun and stick to it.
Yeah, it's like creating boundaries. It's creating boundaries in your life, and that can be, I think, with anything. Let's say you're prioritizing your health and you have to create boundaries with your friends and prioritize that. Or now you need to be you want to prioritize a little bit more fun or a little bit more of your relationship time or your friend time, and you need to set some boundaries with work. And sometimes it's creating these boundaries. Like for me, like I think what's been sacrificed is my health. Like I think I've been really prioritizing my work and my relationships, and my health has fallen back a little bit. Like yesterday I got my first workout in a week or two, and that's something I'm always like on. If I'm not working out every day, like it's a disaster. It's like, how do we set these boundaries for ourselves in these different areas of life when we're feeling like we're just going way too much towards one side or the other side?
Yeah, I think it's about being stricter on those boundaries. I think we set those boundaries. Boundaries and scheduling are different things. It's about setting the schedule, scheduling that time out, and then applying a boundary that means that it's a non-negotiable, right? Just my lunch needs to become, and I did today, by the way, I took 10 minutes to eat.
But still, 10 minutes.
But still, it's better than literally nothing.
Yeah, at least being present with what you're putting in your body is really important too.
100%. I think it's so important, though. This question is so important. I'm so glad that you chose it right now. Well, yeah, I'm so glad the wheel chose it, sorry. Because it's a reminder that life is long. Life is long. We have plenty of time to work. The week is long. We have plenty of time to finish that work, to finish that project, to make that call. It doesn't have to be done right now. And I'm working my ass off right now. I committed to doing that in this job before I started. I was excited to do that. I have been doing that. For the first time in my life, I've really, really committed to the 9 to 5 bit. Although it's not 9 to 5, it's more like 7:30 to 10 p.m.
And it's also not the first time you've committed to it. This typically happens every time you start a new job where you're like, I'm committed this time. And then
Do you know what?
drive
Like,
yourself into the ground and you burn out.
you're right. You're right. But I don't think I've ever worked this hard
Yeah.
at a 9 to 5.
Yeah.
And for this long, I've been here for a month and a half now, and I'm still, it's every single day. So anyway, it's a nice reminder in this phase of life, in this season of life, to go back to basics in some ways, to go back to what really works. And it's really simple, actually.
Yeah, it is. It is. Let's get into it. So how we haven't talked properly in literally a month and a half. I think since you started this job, like maybe we've recorded one time. How are you doing? What's happening? What's going on?
Yeah, do you know what? For the most part, I'm actually really good. Today, I picked up some party favors, okay? Because I'm going raving this weekend. Again, it's been scheduled for 6 months. I've been looking forward to this weekend so I can let loose for so long. I'm literally on a 3-day bender, basically.
Oh boy.
I'm going to see Pitbull tomorrow. Pitbull with Kesha and Lil
Yes.
Jon,
Oh my God.
which is
Okay.
gonna be fucking lit. I
Yeah.
can't fucking wait. I am going to see Lost Frequencies on Saturday, which is another smaller DJ, and Tiesto on Sunday, which takes me back to standing in the pouring rain in Miami with you.
Oh my God, yeah, that was so much fun. Oh my God, that's going to be
So much fun.
amazing to blow some steam to dance out
Yeah.
all of this stress. But I know you picked up the party favorite, but please just be careful because every time you do it, you're hit like a truck the next
No, I
week.
know.
So
And
definitely
I've been
plan to
thinking
recovery.
about how to counter that, and should I take it on Saturday? Should I take it on Sunday? But then Sunday I'll have a come down on Monday when I'm at work, whereas Saturday it might ruin Sunday.
Yeah.
So I'm having to think about that. But it was a new batch of pills that I got, right? I've never seen this shape or color before.
Okay.
And every time I get a new variant, which I haven't bought since last year, by the way. So
Yeah.
I haven't touched this stuff this year. Every time I buy a new variant, I get I want to make sure it's real. I don't want to be let down on the day. I want to make sure. So I feel like this particular party favor, it has a very distinct taste.
Okay.
So what I do is I stick my tongue on it, like literally just
Yeah.
just a tap with my tongue. And if it's got the really bitter taste, I'm like, yep, I'm gonna have fun on Saturday. Anyway, it's not a way you should test it.
Yeah,
Anyway,
really,
I did
was about to
that.
see like, why are you replacing this with a proper test kit?
No, I know. Because a proper test kit, as we found out in Miami, shows that it has meth in it. But we moved.
And you still do it anyway.
Yeah.
This is all just make believe. None of this is real. This is all based on
Exactly.
a true story,
No,
not actually a
no.
true story.
Right. It's actually my friend that did this.
Yeah, right.
Anyway, I picked up at 2 p.m. right in the middle of my work day. Actually, in between two meetings that I had a 5-minute break, and I went downstairs. I picked up, and I tasted it. I did the taste test. And I'm pretty sure I got high. Like, I don't know if that's possible, but like
I think it is.
I felt like really exactly how you would feel on that drug, but like a less intense version, you know?
Yeah, like a microdose.
And I spent the afternoon I spent the afternoon like super chatty, messaging all of my colleagues on Teams and going, "How's your afternoon going?" Sending kisses to my colleagues. Like, genuinely, the worst thing that I could possibly do. And I googled it, and I was like, "Is this a real thing?" And I found other people like me who lick their pills in order to test them. And everyone on there was saying, no, it's placebo, don't worry. But I don't feel like this was placebo. This was too heavy to be placebo. So anyway, that happened today.
That's so funny.
Yeah. But so I'm feeling really happy right now.
I know, because I was about to say, how are you doing? And you're like, I'm actually doing great. I'm like,
I'm
you've been
actually
telling me that you've been feeling really burned out for weeks. So I'm like,
no, but listen, if I look at spiritually,
mm,
I spiritually and I think emotionally, I'm pretty balanced right now. I'm going through those phases. If you don't count mental exhaustion as mental health,
I
which
would
I guess it
consider
kind
it.
yeah, of course it is actually. It's literally in the name. But I finished my work day, not today because I did drugs today apparently, but I finished my work day and I feel really exhausted, like completely exhausted.
Okay.
And a lot of the days I'm not finishing until crazy times, and it is exhausting.
Yeah.
And I have felt in waves, like I told you the other day in voice message. Sometimes I feel really happy and like it's going really well. Sometimes I'm like, holy fuck, I am about to have a mental breakdown. Sorry, burnout. I'm about to have both of those things.
Yeah.
I think they, in a way, go hand in hand. Um, and I actually, my boss asked me to do something yesterday. She sent me a new task. And I said to her, oh, this was today actually. I said to her, I'll do it when I have a moment to breathe this afternoon. And she said, am I putting too much on your plate? Am I asking you to do too much? And naturally, she's a good boss. I'm really enjoying working with her. Naturally, this is the perfect opportunity to go, yes, I need some support, please. But I went back and I said, I did actually. I said, yes, I'm actually about to have a mental breakdown.
Did you tell her that?
And then I felt, yeah, and I did. And then I felt really weird about it. So my next message about 10 seconds later was, JK, I'm a big boy. I can handle it. And so she came back and she reacted with a laughing face and she said, thank God I would have had a mental breakdown too. So now I'm like, I can't tell her.
You know, if you're
So
really struggling with work, you can always just lick some pills and just have a drink.
yeah,
Just be like, oh yeah,
honestly,
I'm having a mental breakdown.
I've
Just kidding, but not really.
I've got a fucking stash right here that you can lick.
Oh
So
my
anyway, work has been tough, and I'm really genuinely I'm enjoying what I'm doing.
Yeah.
Like I hated this job before. You remember the podcast will remember. I really hated this job, but I really am enjoying it now. I don't know what's changed, but I really do. I think it's my mindset that shifted. And I'm really pouring myself into it and becoming a corporate girly. And I'm having, yeah, I'm enjoying it. And I love the team. I love my boss. So yeah, that's good. It's just about how much I'm working. But I think we spoke about it just now in terms of scheduling my fun and not putting too much pressure on myself. I've worked late evenings so I can get my task load done, so I can get my calls done recently. And there have been evenings where I have to work late because there's been meetings put in for me and I have to do those client meetings.
Yeah.
But most evenings it's by choice. I could be moving on these tasks to tomorrow, but I'm putting pressure on myself to get it all done like that and have a clean slate to come into the next day. It just gives me anxiety thinking about fuck, I don't want to push this on to tomorrow because then it's more work for tomorrow and it just piles up and I just want to get it done there and then.
Yeah, I really get it. I really, really get it. This is something that I feel challenged with all the time myself. But it looks like I almost see it now as if I look at the wheel of life and look at each slice, now how I'm picturing it is the size of the slice instead of coloring it up and down, like the size that it's taking up in your wheel, as if it's like a pie chart, right? And like in an ideal world, you're having, and it's always going to be changing from moment to moment. There's going to be moments of life where you're 100% work and like 1% mental health. But like for me, what I'm seeing right now with you is like your wheel is 90% work and you're fitting all these other areas into that like little 10% of time that you have on your weekends or your like very, very late evenings. And the rest is just falling to the wayside. And it's something interesting to think about and see. But like at the same time, yeah, like life is long. Your to-do list is always going to be there. It's never going to be away. Even if you get to 0 the next day, you're still going to have a new full to-do list. So if something can move and you need to, prioritize your health or need to prioritize your relationship or your friends or your fun or whatever, take an hour.
It's my choice.
Yeah. Yeah. And there's seasons of it, right? And like we knew that this season of life, while Savita was gone, you were going to be in hustle mode and grind mode. Like we knew this. And this is something that we talked about and we have been talking about for the last 6 months is while she's gone, it is your opportunity to put your nose down and put your head down and fucking grind. Because when she comes back, you're not going to have a choice. Like you're not going to be able to like really dig your heels into this work. You're at least going to work an hour or less every day to have dinner with her. So it's at least going to take up more of your space to be in your relationship. But it's something seriously interesting to think about. And you feel like, so work is taking up everything but other areas are like, okay. And you're like, how are you managing?
Yeah. So if I, again, go back to my habit tracker, the one consistency has been meditation.
Good.
And honestly, I think that's been really keeping me grounded. I've been doing the same kind of meditation for a few months now, every single day. And I don't know if I told you this, but this was the craziest thing that I realized. You know, I wake up in the middle of the night and find myself in a different part of the apartment.
Yeah,
Do you know
you
the
sleep
story
well.
about, yeah, and I sleep eat apparently. Do you remember the story about how I ate a whole pack of chocolates and in the middle of the night and just found an empty pack next to me when I woke up?
No.
Yeah, that happened. So that was a while ago now when I was fat, not anymore. So yeah, the craziest thing happened. I've been doing this meditation,
Okay.
which honestly is more like prayer than meditation. You
Okay.
know, I don't really believe in God. I'm very spiritual, but I don't believe in God. I believe in energies, the universe. We've spoken about this before.
Yeah.
But I stand up. I basically do. I'm gonna try and say it. Ho'oponopono.
Yeah. Like
I
the
do
thank
various
you.
variations of it.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm sorry. Please forgive me. I love you. Thank you.
Yeah.
And it depends. If I'm trying to forgive myself for something, I'll do the whole thing. If I'm trying to forgive someone else for something, I'll do the whole thing. Otherwise, I stand there and I take deep breaths in, deep breaths out, and then I go, I love you, thank you, I love you, thank you, for about 5 minutes. I feel fucking amazing afterwards.
Yeah.
Amazing. Because I'm thanking myself, I'm loving the universe, I'm thanking the universe, I'm thanking everyone in my life. I feel this abundance of gratitude. Anyway, I stand there and I don't do it sitting down. I stand there with my arms out like this, my hands out like this, receiving the energy.
Like this. I can't
Yeah,
see your hands.
well,
That's why I'm like trying to.
No, like
You're
with
like,
my
my
arms outstretched
Okay.
and like a hug, like a hug.
Like a hug. Okay, got it.
Yeah, exactly.
Give the listeners a visual.
Exactly. So I'm standing out like a hug with my palms outstretched, out facing even. And then I just do this for about 5 minutes, and then occasionally I'll feel my mind is clear enough, and I'll just let it be, and I'll just stand there and let myself be. And if I find my mind drifting, I'll go back to I love you, thank you. Okay, so I had a brainwave. I stand in the same part of my room every single day, and I do this. Okay, and I had a brainwave at 3 a.m. one night where I'd seen something crazy. I thought a snake was trying to get into my room. One of those classic Josh middle of the night nightmares, which get me out of my bed. And then I woke up and I had this brainwave. I was like, I wonder which way the Western Wall is right now. Do you know what the Western Wall is? The wall in Jerusalem in Israel, right? You know,
Yeah.
probably the holiest place. No, definitely the holiest place in Judaism.
Yeah.
And I went there, of course, for the first time last year. I was like, I wonder what direction it's in. And I got like a little compass out. There's a website where you can see which direction it is from where you are now, and it taps into your compass on your phone.
Yeah.
And I pointed it around, and I was like spinning around trying to find it. This is like 3 a.m., by the way, just to reiterate that. And I pointed it, or I found the direction, and it was literally the exact direction that I face when I meditate. And this was like, for reference, it's a completely random corner of my room. There's no window there. It was just something that I gravitated to naturally.
Yeah.
And it just turned out to be the exact direction
Yeah.
of the Western Wall. I don't know, to me,
No, that's crazy.
believe in, viewers, listeners, believe in what you want. That may sound very woo-woo, but it was just insane to me. And so I felt ultra connected ever since I realized that. Every time I do that meditation, I feel so connected. And now when I'm in a new place, I'm making sure I use that compass and I find which direction it's in and I just meditate in that direction.
I love that.
So I feel very like I've never felt more connected spiritually than I have over these last few months, which is really nice. And I think that's really keeping me mentally strong.
Yeah, the meditation
sure.
is very, it's clearly really, at least that's the thing that's grounding you. I'd say that this is the one thing that we've always come back to. Actually, the two things we always come back to on this podcast is when either of us are not going through a great time, the questions we always ask are you meditating and are you moving? Are you moving and are you meditating? And if either of us are not doing both of those things, even if it's a simple walk, even if it's a 5-minute meditation, things are not typically good. And I totally hear you there. With the meditation where I was feeling, it was literally Monday where my therapist told me on Monday, I've never heard you use the word stressed so many times in a session. And then I went and I recorded two meditation podcasts where I was like sitting and I guide the meditations, but I'm actually meditating while I'm doing it. And after those, I was like, whoa, it feels so much better. Just the taking 10, 20 minutes to sit and just sit is really important and really impactful. But this Western wall business, I am not surprised. It doesn't sound crazy to me. That sounds
No.
No
wild.
coincidence.
So wild. But yeah, no, I feel very, very connected spiritually, which is great. Do you know what? I think the last time we recorded possibly was when the whole blow up happened with my flatmate. We recorded once since then.
I think so. Yeah, we heard about the new 40-year-old Chinese guy. And
right, so we did.
Might be coming back, question mark?
Yes. Yeah, so Savita applied for her visa about 2 days ago, officially. So that is really exciting. Romance is great right now. I went there for 50 hours to sort out this visa document that we needed. And that weekend was incredible. For our connection, it was just, I think, the closest I've ever felt to her, and ever since then I felt so close to her. You know, our relationship's in a really strong place.
Yeah.
And she hopefully will be back like mid to late August, so before my birthday.
Yeah.
Just after you're here. Unfortunately, you'll just miss her probably.
Yeah, I know. We were texting about it. She's here. I'm just missing you.
Oh, you texted her? Okay.
Yeah. My girl. What do you mean?
When was that? She didn't tell me that.
Today.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah, just kind of going back around random stuff. When I don't talk to you, I need my Josh fix. Yeah. Josh's better half is the natural next step.
Of course. Yeah, no, absolutely. I get that. So yeah, romance is great. My new flatmate is fucking fantastic. He is the sweetest guy. He is just like the perfect flatmate so far.
So good.
He kind of just keeps to himself. He's there for a chat whenever we cross paths, but he's great.
That's amazing.
You know, it's only been about 10 days, but so far so good.
Yeah. Well, also an older guy is going to have more respect for an apartment and the rules and things like that. Yeah.
Exactly. So yeah, I think it's just a case of the things that aren't going well, it's about making time for them. Exercise is one of those things. Family is another one of those things. Bella's here for a couple of weeks. She's got her engagement party in 2 weeks, which is exciting. And then she leaves after that. And I won't have a huge amount of time to see her in that time. I'm going to try and make as much time as I can to see her.
Yeah.
But it's going to be a bit difficult. But yeah, after this call, I think it just comes with prioritization and really sticking to my boundaries, sticking to my guns. And I think all of these things will start to improve. And also not giving in to exhaustion. Some of the best weeks I've had this year have been when I was waking up at 7 a.m. consistently, not 6:06, 7 a.m.
Yeah.
And I was getting so much shit done in those mornings. So when my actual work started, my 9 to 5 started, I was ready to go and I didn't have to think about anything else.
Yeah.
And that, by the way, is going phenomenally. The side hustle it's been going really, really well.
I know it's been crazy. Obviously you haven't been on it in the last couple weeks, but when you have been on it, it's been insane.
Yeah, no, exactly. It's been going really well. Again, I've let that slip by the wayside, as you just alluded to a little bit, but I'm getting back on track. I've started posting regularly on my page again. I've been trying to just set that time aside to make sure that I do that every day. And yeah, it's been going well. I just literally just before this, I did a interview for a YouTube documentary that they're making, which is really cool.
So
Which went
wild.
really well, like insanely professional setup for a YouTube documentary. But I guess YouTube is that these days.
Apparently.
I did the BBC radio interview last week, which actually was recorded while I was in India.
Yeah.
But it just aired last week, which was really cool. Yeah, life is actually really good. When I take a step back and talk about it like that, it's really good.
Yeah.
So
Like on paper
I
is
shouldn't
good.
be.
You're just in a season of like, it's so busy because it's so good. And I think we're in the same boat at the same time, honestly,
Absolutely.
as always.
Well, listen, what I've learned today as well is if life is not feeling so good, just lick an ecstasy pill and everything feels much better. And that's me. How about you?
This is probably the funniest Mastermind Moments episode we've ever had. It's you should look at e-pill every time we do this.
Every day, honestly.
Literally, just you're like, oh, I don't do drugs once a year now. I just do one. I just have one pill for the entire year, and I just take one lick every day.
Literally just get through one. That's, yeah. I wonder how long it would take to get through one pill if you're just like,
You
just
know,
licking it.
did you guys ever get that commercials about the Tootsie Pops? Like, how many licks does it take to get the?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I know exactly what you're talking about.
Yeah. Oh my God, it'd be like that. Like, how long does it take you if you were to lick a ecstasy pill every day? Like, how long would it take you? Because you could just always microdose that instead of doing it once a year.
Well, that's what microdosing MDMA was, like a genuine medication.
Yeah.
It was a genuine antidepressant for a long time,
Mm-hmm.
and clearly I'm onto something.
I think so.
Clearly, it's making me unstoppable. It makes me want to dance.
I would also say, I want to say and throw that in there with the health thing too. Something I've had to implement that I think would be really helpful is every time you add in a little bit of movement into a habit that you already have. For example, like every time you go to the bathroom, before you go back to your desk, just squat 5 times. Or
Yeah,
every time you go to the bathroom and you come back, just do 10 push-ups before you get back to your desk.
yeah.
Like just something
It is.
little.
It is extreme. Like it's 34 degrees here at the moment.
Yeah.
It's like 100. I don't know. It's close to 100. It's a
hot.
lot. It's very hot.
Yeah.
And so I feel like that's not the best idea in this heat. But I like the thinking, and maybe 10 push-ups or something like that.
Yeah.
Which I was pretty good at a few months ago. So
Yeah.
yeah,
Just
I
a
like
little
the
something.
idea,
Just throw a little something in there and build it into a habit you already have that you already have to do. Like,
for sure.
you know, anything. Just anything you have to do. Just 5
Yeah.
squats. You know?
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
One more thing I wanted to mention actually.
Yeah.
Gills is happening right now.
I know.
Are you aware of that?
Yeah.
And my sister called me a couple of hours ago. She's there, of course.
Yeah.
And she FaceTimed me, and it was like really glitchy. There was a really poor signal, and then it cut. Do you know Tyler?
Maybe. I don't know.
He was an ambi in my dorm when I was with James Treadway.
Okay.
We were the coaches in a dorm that was complete chaos. It was a complete, actually, it was great fun, but on paper it was a great disaster. And Tyler was the ringleader of that group,
Okay.
and we were really close. Then he came back somehow. He got in again the next year, and he ended up wandering away. Somehow he escaped the main room, and he called me. He was like, "Bro, I'm lost. Can you come find me? I'm like 30 minutes walk away from." And I'm like, "Bro, if anyone finds out, you're getting kicked off the program." Anyway, he's back again as a youth captain.
Oh my God.
But we were speaking, and he made me feel so fucking old. He said to me, he looked at me, he was like, "Josh, how old are you? Because I thought you were a fully grown adult when you were my captain 9 years ago. And now look at you, you look much older." And I'm like, "Okay, thanks, Tyler." And he was 15 when he was in my room. Now he's 24, which is terrifying to me.
That's
He
so-
was a kid, and I was an adult, and now I'm still an adult, just almost 30.
I know, it's crazy. It's crazy. Which, by the way, I'm so excited to come and celebrate early with you. Celebrate this like huge milestone with you early. For the listeners, I booked a flight. I was like, I was missing Josh so much because we haven't talked in a month and a half. Maybe we should just. I don't want to say this because I don't want to say it, but like maybe we should just talk less because I'm gonna miss you so much. I'm gonna have to book flights to come see you. But I booked a flight. I'm going to see Josh in less than a month. So the countdown begins. and I'm really, really excited. But yeah, things have been same with me. I think you and I, as always, are in the same exact position at the same exact time, just in really different ways. Where if I take a step back and I look at life, it's wow, life is amazing right now. Life is incredible right now, but it's so fucking busy. I haven't had 2 seconds to breathe. I haven't had 2 seconds to breathe. I haven't had 2 seconds to work out or to. I've been making some time here and there. And again, like every time before I get in the car, my mom and I are on a road trip right now, which I didn't mention, but every time before you get in the car, I'm like, okay, 10 squats before I get in the car, just 10 push ups before I get in the car, like just anything to move in any way. But I'm
Does your
in.
mum join you on that?
No, she can barely
No.
walk right now. She's
Okay.
her knee is bothering her. Her knee's been killing her, so hopefully she'll get it replaced soon. But yeah, it's been insane the last month and a half. Honestly, the exact same thing is like life has been so busy and so hectic that I haven't had 2 seconds to just stop, chill, and evaluate anything. I've just been working, 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 or being present with my loved ones, or being present in my travels. So since I left LA, I think we've talked since then. I think we recorded one time when I was in Paris. So I was there for 3 weeks, and that was so beautiful and so special. And I worked on this crazy project while I was there filming, and it was gorgeous. I might have sent you some photos, and if I didn't, I have to. But we ended up recording through the story about what happened last summer, and we did it in beautiful shots in Paris everywhere. I don't know how it's gonna be edited, 20 something hours of footage, so
My God.
I haven't
Wow.
even gotten all the footage yet. I'm still I have all of the audio, but I don't have any of the video or any of the photos, so I'm like waiting on that. Once I have that, I can honestly I probably won't even I'm not gonna start editing until I get back to LA, but it's a ridiculous amount. I don't know how we're gonna market it or how we're gonna distribute it, or do we pitch the thing? I don't know. We worked on that project a lot, which was felt great, and it was really, really nice to spend really good quality time with my girlfriends because we had talked every single day since I left Paris, and we got so close over the last year, even virtually. And so it was really nice to just spend 3 weeks with them, which was amazing. And honestly, it felt really nice to go back to the house. And because when I left the Paris house, I left. I left at the peak. I left when everything was great and everyone was having fun, and everyone kind of stayed after I left, except for Monsieur 66, and everyone stayed after I left. So I felt so much FOMO and so sad about leaving. But after I came back to the house and I saw, oh, the people who live here have changed and the energy of the house has changed. I didn't spend much time hanging out in the common areas because the vibe was different. And it was nice to go
Mm.
back and to be like, I don't feel as much FOMO because things are changed, things are kind of done. Like I'm like it's not the same anymore. And it felt really nice to kind of close out that loop and close out that chapter. And same thing with some special people and friends and lovers from the summer before that came back around, and close out chapters with them too. And it just felt so poetic and such a beautiful way to close that chapter out. And I was working like a fucking crazy person. Like I was just recording, work, hang out, sleep, barely sleep. It was just crazy. And then from there, I went home. I was home for literally got home super late, like 2 a.m., went to New York the next day, like 12 hours later, and spent some time in New York. As my last time ever going to the office as a full-time employee. So that was crazy. I went out for drinks with the CEO, founder, and the president of the company. And it was like, again, such full circle, like going back to these old lives where I was really sad to leave New York before I left. I was not ready to leave before I moved to Miami. I was not ready to leave Paris before I left. And now going back to these lives and being like, oh, okay, I do have very full, happy lives. I know what my life looks like here, but it's not quite for me anymore. It's not quite what I want in my life full time. And it feels like I'm going and I'm wrapping these things up so that I can fully commit to my life in LA. And it was really beautiful. But I was just so acutely aware my last 2 days in the office. I was like, because there was a heat wave. Also, the heat wave is following me. I was in Paris, there was a heat wave. I get back to New York, there's a heat wave. I'm now in the South and there's a heat wave. The heat is following me, which,
It's El Nino. It's global warming. Yeah,
yeah,
it's a thing.
it's so crazy. It felt really special and really full circle to go back to all of these old lives and to be like, wow, okay, like I really built these amazing, full, beautiful, gorgeous lives in all these places, but I'm tying them all up in a nice, neat bow and being like, I'm ready to close these chapters out and ready to like move on and commit to my life in LA. And that's very much so what this last couple months have felt like, last couple months or so. No, I guess month or so has felt like. And I was also very acutely aware my last 2 days in the office, I was sitting there and like working and I'm like, I feel like a fucking NPC right now. I feel like I'm in the Matrix and I felt so drained. Like sitting there in the office and like working, doing what I'm doing, I just feel so incredibly drained. Like the soul is being like, I just tired in my eyes, like the soul's being sucked out of me. And it's like I love my team and I love the company and I love the mission and I really believe in what we're doing, but the job itself is just not, it's not serving me anymore. And I think I'm getting to a point now where I'm starting to resent it a little bit, which is I'm glad I put my notice in because I'm getting to the point now where I'm like, if I have someone who has an issue, I'm like, fuck you, why do you have an issue? I'm almost getting resentful and angry at it, which is not a great sign, but I guess good that at least I'm put my notice in, that I'm almost done. And the way things have ended, like I've definitely closed things out, or I'm closing things out in my 9 to 5 in a way that is maintaining these relationships in a really healthy way. Like I burning zero bridges. They're so grateful that I've given them so much time for my notice. So that's been really good. As far as work goes with the 9 to 5, things have just been crazy with the work though. It's normally my light season in the summer, but we've just had for the last month, there have just been so many issues. I was working on my PTO. I'm always working on my PTO, but it's like working extra in my PTO, and it was just like all these crazy issues have been happening. I'm just feeling so drained. And then with the podcast, I feel like my intern quit. Did I tell you this?
Yes,
Yeah.
you did.
My intern quit. We're hiring on actually a mutual friend of ours, Danny Curtis, and like that transition has not been as smooth as possible because we're just having technical issues. We're having scheduling things. It's just I'm like the marketing of the podcasts is falling through the cracks right now, and I'm just having to accept it. Honestly, the bare minimum of the podcast is getting episodes out. That is the bare fucking minimum, and I'm barely doing that. I skipped a solo session. You and I haven't like we're produced anything in a month, and then my meditations, those have been going, but I'm barely getting by getting these out. And the bare minimum of the podcast is barely happening. So that is not doing great, but in other ways it's doing super great because I'm like so many opportunities are popping up. I have people who want to come on the podcast and who are reaching out and want to be on the show, and local yoga studios. I'm like scheduling the interviews and like getting everything sorted, and I'm working with 2 meditation apps. Those are in the works right now, and like things are happening and I'm like, oh wow, things are happening when I'm putting like this much energy into it. Can you imagine what's going to happen when I put a ton of energy into it? It's just so exciting to me, but it's also like barely scraping by there. But I saw this job yesterday and first of all, like we all know I didn't want to sign up for another job. I just wanted to do entrepreneurship, right? But I found this job yesterday, Josh, and okay, the bleep is looking for a freelance podcast producer.
No way.
Yeah.
Wait, that's really interesting.
Literally.
Really, really interesting.
Yeah, but yeah, and it's the
Do you know Bella's fiance is working with them as well?
I didn't know that, but I can text her and be like, yo.
Yeah, for sure. Definitely ask her.
Yeah, so they're looking for, and literally every single qualification on there was fit perfectly to me. This many years of podcast experience, this many years with this platform, this many years with this platform, a background in this sport. And I'm like, hi, it's me, a 10-minute bike ride away from my house. Okay.
Yeah, literally.
Yeah, so I couldn't sleep last night because I was so excited about it. And also, I haven't felt this excited about a job or a company since I was like shooting for the Unwell Network. And granted, that's still the dream. That's still the goal, is to host on the Unwell Network and to have a podcast hosted there. But the thing that's super exciting to me about this job is that in this current role, I just don't feel like I'm growing at all. I feel like I'm stagnant and, if anything, not learning anything, dying mentally. But this role, everything I'd be working on are things I want to learn anyway, or things I want to improve anyway for my own show. So it's, wow, I really get to really work on these skills, which would be great. So I'm applying for today, which super excited about, but I'm like, another thing to add to the fucking to-do list, which I'm like, where is the time? I don't know. But that's super exciting. The career stuff it feels like I'm drowning, even though that's taking up a majority of my wheel right now. But everything that's happening there is so exciting that it's like, it's the same thing as you, where it's like, I feel like I'm underwater, but the water is it's crazy down here. It's like the fucking ocean. It's like the Great Barrier Reef. There's all these fishies around and all this coral, and it's so cool. But I'm like, ah, like,
Yeah.
yeah. And friends and family, same thing. It's like, in some ways it's great, like where I'm being present in this moment, it's great. Where it's like right now with my mom and my grandpa, and I'm being able to be present with them, and that feels great. But then it's like my grandma called me today because I haven't talked to her in a month, and I normally call her twice a week. And it's like, well, though my other relationships are falling through the cracks. Where it's when I was in Paris and really present with my Parisian friends, like all my other friends are calling me and texting me, and I didn't get back to anybody for a month. No one. So it's like whoever I'm with in this moment is getting my undivided attention, other than work, obviously. But outside of that, my long distance relationships are not as nurtured right now. Romance was great in Paris. It's been non existent since then, but also so not the focus right now. So who gives a fuck? And health has in Paris was like okay, but definitely, honestly, was the bender with the eating and the drinking. And it's been that way since. And that's definitely felt like it slipped through the cracks. The meditation has been, because I have to record for the podcast, it's been there. But honestly, it's been like the same thing as you, where it's like, like when I look at life, it looks amazing, but things are falling through the cracks. And it's not, it's just so busy. I feel like I haven't been able to keep my head up. And the financial part too is also has been stressing me out as well, because I'm like, ooh, I'm about to give up my steady paycheck, but I'm like, I had a certain amount in savings and that's already dwindled down because I had to prepay my time in LA and like flights and stuff like that. So I'm like, it's stressful. It's stressful that I haven't spent quality time like really looking at things and really working through things. So it's been a lot, honestly, and I haven't had 2 seconds to just stop and breathe. Like same as you, it's haha, like when I have a second to breathe, yeah, I'll do this. And then they're like, oh, wait, actually, and you're like, no, just kidding.
Yeah, literally. I think it's an interesting, as you said multiple times, about how we're in sync and we go through these phases at a similar time. And I think the theme of this entire episode is prioritizing, is scheduling fun, but I think the first and foremost is about prioritizing what's really important in that moment. And the other thing, it can wait as long as it can wait. I think most things can be time flexible. Just focus on what is important for you right now, what is important for you and your future. And to me, I think, or for me actually right now, the most important thing for me right now is my friendships, my relationships. That's romantic, my family, my friendships. I felt so lonely recently because they've been going by the wayside. So that's my priority right now. What's my priority for my future? Working on my business, working on side hustles, actually building something for my future. That should be my priority right now.
Yeah.
Not working from 7 a.m. till 10 p.m. some days. 10 p.m. finish, I can do an hour extra tomorrow. It can wait. I need to think about what to prioritize, and I think it's pretty much exactly the same for you.
Yeah, pretty much. It's in this moment what needs to be prioritized, and it's what absolutely must happen today. And if it doesn't have to happen today, if it can be pushed to tomorrow or next week, push it and save yourself that extra hour to work out, to see your loved ones, to have a little bit of fun, to meditate or whatever. Just like 1 hour is not going to kill us. Taking like the couple of things falling through the to-do list to the next day is not going to kill us, because like at the end of the day, life is long, and when you look back on your deathbed, are you going to remember that 1 extra hour of work, or are you going to remember going and hang out with your sister while you still have the chance? So it's having to reprioritize the time and redistribute the time and energy as well. And it's not to say, oh, fuck work. It's just like maybe shave 30 minutes off, like maybe take 10 minutes to eat lunch. Just take some extra time where you can, and it doesn't all have to happen right now because life is long.
Yeah, no, exactly. And I think the most important thing to acknowledge right now is that we're actually very blessed in many ways to be as busy as we are.
Yeah.
4 or 5 years ago, I could only have dreamed of being this busy and having to choose between this many different things, and work going this well, and having a side hustle that can work out, having so many friends and opportunities to go out, and an amazing girlfriend, and I have an abundance of choice right now. And I think that's a good way of framing it. We're very blessed to be in this position. It's just about allocating our time in the right way. I'd much rather have as many opportunities as I do right now than to have nothing and to just be sitting on my bed scrolling Instagram.
Yeah. If we both take a step back and look far away, it's because everybody and everything wants our energy and time. Our friends, our family, our work, our side hustles, our health, our everything. Everything is wanting our time. And everything is such high quality that we're having to make tough decisions with our time and energy about, in this moment, what do we need to prioritize? And it's tough. It's not an easy thing, but it's a good problem to have.
It is a good problem to have. It doesn't feel like it in the moment. For me, I've been exhausted, I've been very stressed, but I think this has been it always is, very therapeutic, but it's been really helpful to acknowledge that I need to take a step back, and it's okay to take a step back and leave things for the next day, leave it to next week. Today is a great example. I'm off tomorrow. I've taken a long weekend so I can have my 3-day bender. Probably should have taken Monday off as well, but I'll just lick a pill, I'll be fine.
Hair of the dog.
Yeah, exactly. But I was trying to get all of my work done, so I was like, I don't want to come in feeling miserable on Monday and have a shitload of work to do. And actually, it's okay. Even if I've got too much work to do on Monday, I can move it to Tuesday. There is no problem with that.
It's literally the whole point of work.
It's literally the whole point of work. That's why I'm paid what I am to do my job. That's what we're there for. Yeah, it really is. This has really helped me understand, and hopefully you as well, about prioritizing. And actually, there is time. We just need to give ourselves that time.
Yeah, it's build out the time, carve out the time, give ourselves the time. And it's also like, how do we manage our state in the meantime? This is a lot to juggle, and it's naturally very stressful. Obviously, I told my therapist a million times on Monday how stressed I was. And it was like, does it have to be? When these are all good things.
Yeah.
It can be fun because these are all good things.
Yeah, no, absolutely. 100%. These are all good things, and it's all about the way we frame it. Again, I've been feeling stressed, I've been feeling anxious, I've been feeling like I don't have enough time and under pressure the whole time. Why am I framing it that way in my head? If I take a step back, I sit down, take a deep breath and go, I'm really lucky, I'm blessed. During COVID, I would have fucking dreamed of having this many things on my plate.
That's right.
So it's all about the framing.
100%. It's all about how you're looking at it. And as always, this podcast is always just a breath of fresh air. It's a relief. And I don't think just for me, I think for you too. It's okay, let's take a step back. Let's zoom out. Let's look at the life as a bird's eye view. Because sometimes you're so in it that you're not looking above it and looking at it. So it's hard to see overall, oh wow, things are great right now. And life can be a hamster wheel, right? But are you enjoying the run, or do you feel like you're running from a zombie? Yeah. Who knows?
Exactly.
All right, y'all. We'll catch you next week on Mastermind Moments, and maybe not. We'll see. We'll catch you in the next episode, and stay tuned. We have some really exciting changes and some exciting developments that are happening with the podcast, so stay tuned. We're not going to be sharing anything yet, but some things are in the works so that you guys get some more consistency and that we are not spread so fucking thin. We'll chat soon. Bye.
We hope you enjoyed this episode.
Don't forget to subscribe, leave us a review, and follow along on social media.
If you would like us to help you mastermind something in your life, please send us a message.
We'll see you next week on the Mastermind Moments podcast.